Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Vanpath. How you all are doing? I hope your preparation is going well. So today's session is on gender issues. But before moving ahead, there is an announcement for you. As your HPFS exam is around the corner, so आपका focus पढ़ने से ज़्यादा question practice की तरफ shift हो जाना चाहिए. And for this purpose, Learning Himachal is providing you with FLTs. Along with this, all the candidates who have cleared prelims can reach out to us for mains mentorship program. Let's start with the session. Question number one. The concept of triple burden in gender studies refers to women's lack of voting rights, property rights, and reproductive rights, women's unpaid domestic work, paid employment, and community management roles, women's health burden due to maternal mortality, malnutrition, and violence, women's exclusion from politics, media, and education. So इसका सही आंसर है ऑप्शन बी women's unpaid domestic work, paid employment, and community management roles. ठीक है Triple burden refers to the simultaneous responsibilities women often bear: paid work, economic activity, unpaid domestic work, that is household chores and childcare, and community work, that is social obligations. This concept is widely used in feminist and sociological literature. Okay, this is your triple burden. Question number two. Under the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006, which of the following statement is correct? The legal age of marriage for both men and women is 18 years. A marriage of minor is void from inception in all the cases. A marriage of minor is voidable at option of the minor. Child marriage is not an offense if solemnized with the parental consent. Correct answer here is option C. A marriage of a minor is voidable at the option of the minor. As per the Act, legal age is 18 years for women, 21 years for man. Child marriage is voidable, not void ipso facto, except in cases involving coercion, trafficking, or prohibited relationships where it is void ab initio. Clear? Question number three. Which of the following is not one of the Sustainable Development Goal targets under Goal 5, that is gender equality? Eliminate all forms of violence against women and girls, end all forms of discrimination against women, reduce maternal mortality to below 70%, 1 lakh live births, ensure women's full and effective participation in leadership at all levels. The correct answer here is reduce the maternal mortality to below 70 per 1 lakh live births. Target C is actually part of SDG 3 and not 5. Okay? Goal 5 focuses on ending discrimination, violence, harmful practices, ensuring participation and equal opportunities. Question number 4. Which international treaty is most directly associated with women's rights and gender equality? UDHR, CEDAW, ICCPR, ILO Convention 87. इसका सही आंसर है CEDAW, Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, and it was adopted in 1979 and is often described as International Bill of Rights for Women. UDHR and ICCPR covers human rights broadly. Next question, question number 5. Which of the following committees recommend the setting up of the National Commission for Women in India? इसका आंसर है आपका Committee on the Status of Women in India. This committee recommended the setting up of National Commission for Women in India. The Committee on the Status of Women in India 1974 recommended setting up the NCW to address grievances and advise on policy for women's empowerment. Next question, question number 6. In the context of women empowerment in India, the Mahila Samakhya program primarily aimed at providing microcredit to rural women, enhancing women education and collective empowerment, promoting women's representation in parliament, offering skill-based training to urban women. It is enhancing women's education and collective empowerment. It was launched in 1988. Mahila Samakya focused on women's education, awareness, and collective action in rural areas, especially among socially and economically marginalized women. Question number 7. Which article of Indian Constitution allows the state to make special provision for women and children? Article 14, Article 15 subclause 3, Article 16 subclause 4, Article 19 subclause 1. So it is your Article 15 subclause 3. Article 15 subclause 3 is an enabling provision that allows the state to make special laws and provisions for women and children without violating the principle of equality. Done. Question number 8. The Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao scheme was launched in 2015 with the primary objective of improving girl child nutrition, reducing gender-based violence, addressing declining child sex ratio, increasing women's participation in the workforce. इसका सही आंसर है it was launched for addressing the declining child sex ratio. ठीक है, the scheme's primary goal is to improve the declining child sex ratio along with the promoting education for girls and gender equality. Second last question for the day. Question number 9. The Global Gender Gap Report, which measures gender parity across various dimensions, is published by United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, World Economic Forum, International Labour Organization, or World Bank. It is World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum publishes the Global Gender Gap Report, ranking countries based on gender gaps in economic participation, education, health, and political empowerment. Last question, question number 10. The feminist theory, the term glass ceiling. In the feminist theory, the term glass ceiling refers to visible discriminatory laws against women, cultural taboo restricting women's entry into certain professions, invisible barriers preventing women's advancement to top leadership positions, economic poverty faced by women's headed households. अगर आपने ये कभी सुना भी नहीं है तो आप क्लियरली यहाँ से आंसर डिराइव कर सकते हो कि glass ceiling is something that is invisible barrier that is preventing women for advancement to the top leadership position. Glass ceiling is a metaphorical barrier that prevents women and other marginalized groups from rising beyond a certain level in hierarchies despite having qualification and abilities. Okay, so that's it. For more updates, you can follow us, and if you want to join our courses, you can contact our team. Thank you and have a nice day.